Alrighty, so since we last left off, we had done the sand, and now we've actually done the pavers and set down. So the way that this started out, and you'll notice I don't have all the pavers in. Unfortunately, it's one of those issues where either due to COVID or due to other issues with it no longer being spring, apparently Home Depot no longer carries the 4 by 8 by 1.5 inch bricks in stock right now. So I'll be searching for the rest of those to make sure I'm able to implement the rest of this setup here. As we continue with this process here, what I did is I tracked a line all the way straight out to where the stairs would be, and then applied the first row of bricks there, and then continued to apply rows of bricks outwards, and eventually encircling this pit area here. I put enough on the back side there so I could get a good approximation and make sure we're lined up with everything. And so what I would do is I'd run a chalk line string all the way down and basically use that to make sure I was still in line on the other side. So when I build out the other side, I won't have any major defects or deviations to look out for. Now, after doing that, filled this area with sand, ended up going across with the 2x4, going across with a rake, packed it down. Now, what you see before you is I've started to lay out the ring, and before that I laid out all of the paver stones. This is going to be straight sand, and then I'm going to have basically the remnants of an old fire pit that broke apart and was kind of poor bricks, but they'll still work for the base of this one. So we're going to run through that process there. And what I also did is I took a measuring tape from this center pole here and used that to get my placement for all of the fire pit bricks that are going to exist. Now, to do the smokeless fire pit setup here, we wanted to add air holes that come in the bottom. And then basically what it's going to be is there's going to be a metal sheet that exists on the inside, and at the top of that there's going to be holes so it can interject warm air to aid the combustion of the smoke that's that's coming up through this setup here. So that is the very first focal point. The pipe's still up in the middle. I'm probably going to cut it off right there because it might be useful to have a known center point for this entire setup here, and maybe cap it off somehow so nothing ends up falling into it. And other than that, yeah, I would say it worked out pretty well. I'm pretty well enjoying it. And I'm about to go pick up about 600 more bricks here this weekend here, so that should be interesting, and hopefully that'll help me finish out a good portion of this patio area here. Alrighty, thank you for your time.